present. Conceiving the right way is the most effective way of making your presentation absolutely. I mean, people should go crazy with it. When I say conceive, a word gets connected with conceive is be creative. Be creative is how to get an idea. There's a question. Sir, it's so easy to say be creative. From where do you get an idea? I'll speak about in a little while. The second point after conceiving is structure it. You have learned a lot in FDI how to structure it. I'm not going in detail with it, but structuring of your presentation is very important so that the flow is maintained and people are always glued looking at what's next, what will come next, creating that kind of thing that comes from structuring. The third is, of course, presentation skills, how you are going to present yourself. That is the most important thing, which you have done enough training, enough learning, enough material learned in FDI. And finally, which people miss out is emotion. I mean, you have to put in your emotions in whatever you're doing, as far as your mentoring or you're presenting yourself, you're felicitating, whatever you're doing. Emotion becomes an absolutely crucial thing when you're presenting yourself. These four things: conceive, how to get an idea. Number two is structuring. Number three, delivering it. And number four, putting in emotion. Whatever be the presentation, whether it's for leadership program, leadership topic, could be some soft skills, could be some motivational topic, could be some technical topic on linguistic subject, whatever it might be, the concept remains the same. The concept remains the same. People tell me that linguistic technical data talking on membership can be such a dry subject. No, sir. If you can conceive it properly and present it, you can make that also juicy and very, very attractive topic and can deliver what you want. You can tell them what you want from them. Absolutely, if you listen to these four things. Coming to the topic at how to get an idea. Well, people wonder how to be creative. So easy to say. In my opinion, you, me, and everyone are creative. The question is how to get an idea. Let me give you the process. I think I'll share my presentation. It will be very quick. Just a minute. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. How can I get fresh ideas? So the question is, what is an idea? They say idea is new combination of old elements. That's it. I don't know who invented pizza from Italy, but pizza same ingredient. It's a dough of wheat. There could be cucumber, there could be tomatoes, there could be cheese. All these are old elements. Somebody came with a fresh idea, put all together, and pizza was prepared. So idea is nothing new in that. It is a combination of old elements, how you can think about it, how you can conceive it. So what is the process? It is a 5-stage process. Number one, preparation. Number two is mastication, I call it. Number three is incubation. Number four is inspiration. And number five is verification. How to get an idea. If you follow these 5 steps, absolutely you'll start getting an idea. Well, you may ask me, Pankaj, what do you mean by all this? What do you mean by preparation, mastication? Quickly, let me explain to you. The first step is preparation. Any topic you take, any subject, any session that you're going to take, the first and the foremost to conceive, preparation is required. No. How do you prepare? How do you get an idea? The people try to take a shortcut. They go on Google, do copy paste kind of a thing. That does not excite people. That does not excite people. Try and see how we can prepare it. The clue is answer lies in art of asking a right question. Don't look for an answer. Develop an habit of asking a question in whatever topic, whatever session, whatever audience, wherever you are. How many questions, the right question you can ask, from where you'll get an answer, and this will lead towards the preparation of your topic. People always worry about how to do it. Don't worry about it. I always say it is not how, it is why. If you can ask the right question and ask the question why, how will follow? Trust me, with my experience, I can tell you how to do it will follow. So first step is preparation. Second step we talk about is mastication. You have seen the cow? The cow, when they eat something, they'll eat it, they'll gulp everything in the mouth, and then they will sit in a corner and keep on chewing that. That is called mastication. What do I mean by mastication in getting an idea? After preparation, mastication means ask, 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 dig, dig, dig. Beautifully said by somebody. Be possessed with what you're doing. You should be possessed. You should go crazy about what you're going to present. In other words, start now searching from where you can get the more details. You know up to a level how to get more details. Contact nagaRAJU, contact somebody else, contact your mentor, search on Google, wherever what you want to do. Mastication, keep asking, keep digging more and more deeper after preparation. This is second stage mastication. After doing a lot, being possessed with that particular ideas, those particular things, the third stage comes. I call it as incubation. Like a newborn baby, if it's born early, they put in an incubator. Exactly the same way. After after thinking, digging, asking a lot, saturate yourself and wait. Just wait after doing all this, and suddenly you will find after incubation, the next step, what I call it as inspiration. Ideas will be liberated after the good rest. All the so kind of inventions, all the so kind of discoveries, if you read their biographies, from where did it happen, they have followed the steps. And somewhere after taking that rest, suddenly the idea pops up. Suddenly something comes in the mind and they understand what they need to do. So this stage is very important. Mastery, incubation, and after that, inspiration. And when you reach this, something pops up, something is not happening. Still, you're going on to the four stages. But the final stage, I call it as absolutely final stage is verification. What do I mean by that? The Romans, they say, burn your boats. In the sense, like what Caesar used to do, he used to take his army for a battle by the boats. And when they used to land on the beach, he used to tell the commander, go and burn all the boats. Either we are going to win the battle or we are going to die. We are not going back. This must be the spirit of your preparation, that burn your boats. I need to do the best. And if you follow this process, trust me, from nowhere, suddenly you'll start getting an idea and your first stage of conceiving will happen. I personally feel getting a lot of training as an FDI, you know the fundamentals, how to go about it. Maybe how to set your objectives, maybe to add to that the activities, maybe to add to that some humor in your presentation, or maybe some icebreakers. All these are must as far as your to meet your objective. But if you look at the overall thing of I would say the first thing, and that is conceiving it rightly, how you're going to present, that will give a lot of impetus to your presentation, I feel, in my personal opinion. I'm sure if you take the steps, take it forward, just don't start writing something, just don't start preparing your PowerPoint presentation or whatever. First, conceive it. And there are a lot of things available to help you, that how you can keep it like you're mapping your mind. If you take that app and start putting your ideas over there, you will be able to bring everything together, which will help you for structuring. There are a lot of things available online which can support you, a lot of apps available which can make your application more interesting. All in all, today people are tech savvy. And if you're going to exploit that, they will find it interesting. And the biggest advantage of using all this is the retention of your presentation, that the percentage will be very high if you are using all this. And the fourth thing which I said about is, after structuring, the art of delivering and adding emotion. Combination of all this, there is no way your presentation can fail. Because as an LCIP graduate doing any leadership topic in LC Institute, you're given the entire presentation. The steps are also explained very well. Now, if you take that as it is, but keep in mind how to present it, you can make any topic and any subject very, very interesting. I can only say, friends, that nagaRAJU, you are doing a great job. You guys are doing amazing job. And today we are going to learn, we are going to listen to Lakshmi Murthy. And I'm sure her topic is also very interesting. And I'm going to sit till end to listen to it, that how good you are doing. And I'm sure you're going to be an outstanding presenter today. With this, I once again like to wish everybody all the best. nagaRAJU, keep doing this good work. Wherever you need me, you have my support. Whatever you need me to help you, I'll always be there, because this is my passion. If I'm on this chair today, I think the biggest contribution has been my passion towards developing leaders and making difference in the lives of people. With this, thank you so much, Nagaraju. Over to you. God bless you.
Thank you, Pankaj Bhai. I think that is the power of great facilitators. So, I was told that many people told me that the greatest facilitators are those who make very highly complicated things very simple. This is the art, no? So Pankaj Bhai has made such a, everybody is worried about making presentations. They get tense, they sometimes panic, but he made it so very simple. He gave it like a capsule. And I think everybody can easily remember that. And to repeat what Pankaj Bhai said, like a child cannot be delivered without conceiving. A good presentation also cannot be delivered without conceiving. That's how Pankaj Bhai has put focus on that. So conceiving the idea, conceiving, constructing, and organizing ideas and presenting them are all important phases. Thank you, Pankaj Bhai. And this is the first time I have seen a chief guest showing us some slides, some visuals, some text, so that I think it becomes more impressive. I think you have done a great job, Pankaj Bhai, as I
Thank you. Thank
expected.
you so much,
So
Nagaraju.
thank
Thank
you
you so
so much.
much.
That's why we continue to be your students. We learn every time we interact with you. Every time I talk to you, it's something like a class, a learning opportunity for me. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
So, thank you. So we'll move on to the presentation. The 18th episode of this SkillUP series is going to be presented by LCIP Lakshmi Murthy, and the topic is value-based leadership training. I told you at some of the earlier presentations that all these topics either relate to life skills or relate to some kind of personality development, and some of them relate to directly lionism. Most of them equip us with the necessary training skills, and this is one such value-based leadership training. Lakshmi is one of the 76 LCIPs I told you about in the Ekame area. But she's not just one of the 76. She's a very unique one because out of the 76 that are qualified as LCIP today in the Ekame area, only some 15 or 20, I don't know the exact number, but maybe about 15 or 20 of them were qualified right at the institute. So they did not have to go back and then record their presentations and reset and get qualified later. So Lakshmi is one of those few. And that's why I hold her in great esteem. And I think Lakshmi did that miraculous achievement. Then she has another unique quality about her. Perhaps I don't know if there is anyone else in India with the same kind of qualification. She's not only an LCIP, but also a Lions Quest trainer, a qualified Lions Quest teacher trainer. So this combination, I don't know if there is anybody else, but she is one, and that's why I think I consider her a great master presenter. She almost every important position in her district. She was a cabinet secretary, GLT coordinator in all important positions because I know her. This is one of the sub districts in my multiple district. She comes from 320C. I am from 320D. That's why we know each other very well. And she has brought distinction to whatever she handled, whatever she did. One thing that I remember very, very special about her is she created, like Pankaj Bhai said, she conceptualized and she orchestrated a program called Young Minds Nation First,
Wow. Wow.
which was a series of Lions quizzes live telecast on television. So this was a television series, and she not only came out with that creative idea, but also made that series of presentations. And she is also associated with the dialysis center in her district, of which she is a trustee. I have great esteem. I hold her in great esteem. Lakshmi is one of my close associates in a different way also. I've been organizing lots of CLLIs in my district, and she assisted me, helped me, supported me in organizing some of them. Thank you, Lakshmi, for accepting this invitation and coming forward to make this presentation. Over to you now. Make your presentation, please.
Thank you. So, thank you very much for your kind words. And you are my guru. Today, what I am here is all because of your motivation, inspiration. And I do remember when I said I got my LCIP eligibility to attend the institute, and you said me you are coming back with that LCIP certificate, and that gives you a lot of strength. And when you start talking about how a trainer or a motivator you are, it is obvious that every one of us have high esteem for your how you mold us, how you transform our thoughts, and thank you for being everything I am today here. And this opportunity is a great privilege. And after Pankaj sir's presentation, I think it's a big challenge for me. The topic itself is a big challenge, and now again going back after Pankaj sir's presentation is a big, much more challenge, where I have to see that I'll be able to meet to your expectations on this platform. And when this topic was given, when I was thinking about what to go ahead with this topic, how to go ahead, again it was nagaRAJU sir who was at my rescue, trying to give me structured my thoughts. When I shared my thought process with him, he helped me to structure it. um, and one question which helped me to structure this program, to take this program how it is going to be today, is the title of this skill up itself. The SkillUP series is a platform for all the trainers to share their ideas, perceptions, thoughts, and to other trainees who are interested to become as trainers. So it is a systematically planned program where all topics are covered. It caters to all the needs of a trainer. It sharpens basically the skills. So you say that it is skilling up. This skill up, the word itself helped me to think that today I am going to talk this value based leadership training topic, basically focusing on how a trainer has to design his training program to make this value based leadership training fruitful. My first question, before I start going ahead with the topic, to all the trainers present here, all the participants here, as a trainer of Lions International, what is our role? You can just put your thought in the chat box. I repeat, as a trainer of this wonderful organization, Lions International, what is our role?
Lakshmi, do you want me to read them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, answers. There are many answers here already.
Yeah.
And Bandham Praveen says guiding others. And Vishweshwar Rauji says inspiring and motivating. Manoj Kumar Purohit says to help clients grow. And Ram Manohar says to impart knowledge and to empower them. Saroj's answer is set the values in decision making. Deepak Trivedi's answer is groom up leaders. To inspire others is the answer from Sajal Kumar. And developing more leaders is Mohan Prabhakaran's answer. To create good leaders is Alva's answer. And I think Dr. Kirti says motivation. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi's answer is improving. Sanjeev Reddy's answer is to make inspiring leaders. Anand Iyer's answer is to skill up voluntary leadership, etc. There are quite a lot of other answers.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you for that one. So basically, this all talks about that as a leader, we look at the organization as our first priority, where we work for giving a quality leadership, understanding about our organization, making all the lions empower to understand, do a better service. This is our primary motto as a trainer. So in our training programs, even during the SkillUP series, we had the code of ethics, which again reminds us about what being a lion is all about. And in Art of Apologizing by Anand Mehta was one such topic where we generally fail to accept and seek apology. So it is about all leadership. When you are a leader, you need to understand, communicate, as well as be ready to seek apology at times of need. And last session when PID Krishna Reddy was trying to be, was a guest of this program, he was talking about communication, how his communication was his success mantra. This also helps all our leaders to understand that when I am in the leadership ladder, what are the things I need to take care. And today Pankaj sir's profile, when nagaRAJU sir was talking about creating a Disneyland for the street children, which is a thought which none of us would get to very easily. So all these programs just not talk about a person, but talks about a thought process, talks about inspiring us to go ahead. And and such one story which inspired me to design today's entire objective or achieving this value based leadership training is about a lion. um, Once upon a time, there was a lion called Leo in a beautiful village in the hills. And he was always thinking, he was known for his courage, he was known for his wisdom, and his commitment to his serving community and all. So, what he was always thinking about his community. And one day, he called all his animals in the village for a meeting. And during the meeting, the Leo spoke in a very pleasing voice, very gravitas and kind eyes, saying that, dear friends, we are all facing with challenges. There are many challenges in our village, and to overcome that, we all have to embrace together the value of unity and integrity, uh, and create a better future for us together. This kind words, the stone inspired all of them. They all came together to form a council, and Leo was made the president of that council. And so it went on that together they were able to create a wonderful village for them. But as the days passed, it was almost like Leo's time on earth was coming closer, and all the animals felt to express their gratitude towards their leader. They went and they were trying to share all their experiences with him. But in the entire process, once they were trying to share their experiences with the leader, they understood that he was it was not about just creating a group. It was about the Leo's legacy. It was the deeds, the inspiration he created, which each one of them still carry with them. With the inspiration of this in my mind, I started thinking, as trainers, is it not our responsibility that we create an inspiration to all our participants? They need to get inspired as we go ahead, as they go back from the training session, and carry this value based leadership as they go up in their ladder. And this is the thought process which was behind me, which helped me go through. And on based on this thought process, I shared my idea with Nagaraj sir, and he supported me, encouraged me, and gave some tips to make me my presentation go ahead. Thank you, Nagaraj sir, for the support you have been giving me. um, Quickly going ahead, I'm stuck. Yeah. Based on this, I try to design my objectives. That my first objective of the session would be to understand what exactly the values are, and how these values can be incorporated into a training as a trainer, and does it be enough incorporating into the trainer, or as a trainer, do I have a role to play in making this happen? So my entire session I have designed based on these objectives. And as I go ahead, I have a quick question for every one of us here. How do you understand, or what do you understand by the word values? What does this word values mean to you? Or principle, guidings, ethics, character? Fine. Okay. These word values means to you all this. But how important is having these values with you? Do you value them, or you do you feel that these values are important for me? Knowing about values is one thing, and having them carry or take a part in our life is another part of it. Very important. How much something is worth of extremely important. Yes, important, 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 important. Yes. Quickly, can you just say me 3 important values which top in your list when you talk about that I have them and I'm going to go with these values? Three important values, what you think about is important. Skill, knowledge, determination, truthful, respect for others, kindness, smile, understanding, ethics, leadership, integrity, trust, respect, confidence, integrity. Fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Positivity. A quick thought into my mind. All these values, what we carry today, are they not the reflection of what we are as lions? Isn't not? All these are the reflection of what we are as lions. We carry them because we are lions, and we have made them as a part of our life. Though we had it before, lionism has made it more stronger to adapt these values. I'm a strong proponent of cultivating these values. I believe that they are the compass, a roadmap, a guidepost for our choices, what we make, for actions, what we do. They also provide us with a purpose, a sense of responsibility, a belongingness, and it also enhances our emotional well-being, how emotionally we get connected with each other. The fellowship, the word itself is an emotional connection we have in our beautiful organization. It also helps in making ethical choices, which is driven by our code of ethics. Values are just not about understanding what these values are, but it is about we are trying to understand what values are, understanding the values. Then we are going to talk about understanding the organizational values where we are and how what key values we need to integrate in our training programs and how important is value based leadership training. This is a basic first objective where we are trying to understand about values, where you are all very confident about saying values are important because they are fundamental beliefs we carry that guide every individual behavior, decision, the context of our organization like Lions, international values, all these. And we talk about exploring more about a behavior. We talk about making leaders, we talk about members and emotionally connected. And during this process, as lions, we strive for significance and lasting impact create as a lion. We are including everybody. We work as committed partners in achieving our service goals. And we are passionate about learning. And this is what the values we have got from this wonderful organization as Lions. Is that our organization is all about? What else uh, we have to understand about our organizational values? I try to put the entire organizational values under 4 different heads. One is the core beliefs. The second is the guiding principles. The third is the cultural norms. And the fourth one is the differentiators. What is this core belief is all about? It is reflects the core beliefs and principles that define, identify, and perform. For Lions International, they may include values such as fellowship, integrity, diversity, and service. That is the core belief the organization carries. And when coming to the guiding principles of this organization as a value system, it is all about guiding that inform uh, decision making, shaping interactions, influence organizational priorities. Organization comes before anything else. We have provide a framework how a member, how a leader should conduct, how we have to react to a situations, do's and don'ts, responsibilities at every level of the organization. Our constitution and bylaws we have, the Robert rules we follow, is all our guiding principles which makes our organization carry its legacy even after 100 plus years. It is just not about the guiding or the core beliefs, but it is the wonderful cultural norms we carry, organization values, contribution to create a shared culture within the organization. There are people coming from different walks of life, different demographic areas, different age groups, different experiences, but all tied up with a common motto of service, which is a strong cultural thing that every culture says service to mankind is service to divine. That is which ties us all together. And another important organizational value I try to understand is the differentiator. How is my organization, how is Lions organization different from the other NGOs and makes it the world's largest non-profitable service organization? It is that organization, the brand, the unique identity we have created through service, which has helped us to go ahead saying that we are the world's largest non-profitable service organization. This is what I understand when I look into the organizational values of my Lions International. And going ahead is another important way. When I understand the values of my organization, what I have to take to integrate into my training process. The When I look into what my choices, what are available to be integrated into the training process, comes the fellowship, which talks about the strong bond of friendship among the Lions members, the support we give to each other, the mutual respect we carry with each other, and the integrity with which we honesty, the transparency, the ethical conduct we all carry with each other, the diversity coming from diversified faith, but we all are together, the inclusivity we have wonderful topics about diversity and inclusivity, the conflict resolution, all this. And this promotes the service excellence. It is just not about doing service. We are the leaders in service. This is all possible with the service excellent value we create. And the continuous learning opportunity we have, this program again, it is just not when we have done with LCIP, we are all certified LCIPs. It doesn't stop there. We are again having a continuous learning opportunity where we try to improve and learn and learn. And we have an accountability for our today. If I have sir has the entire 135 people are here, we are having an accountability that we start on time, we complete on time, we give the when they are giving their time to this program, we give them the right resource and get benefited. This is all the accountability. And another important thing is resilience, fostering resilience and adaptability in leaders to navigate challenges and setbacks effectively is another important value which I feel has to be integrated in a training programs. And quickly, let me share a small video about how important is value-based leadership.
The old corporate mindset was one where people got paid, for what they did every day, and really weren't allowed to make too many mistakes, right? Well, nowadays that's all changed. And the type of leader, the values-based leader who understands that we need to give people permission to fail, we need to tap into their potential, their strengths, and unleash their creativity are the ones that are going to be the most successful. There's a CEO of Smith Buckland, Henry Givray, who's a real values-based leader in both his personal as well as his professional manners, and has been able to really create a mindset of ownership, an ownership mindset by employees where they really feel as if they're part of the culture and the organization. And that's really the key to today's leaders, is that they need to be inclusive, They need to convey compassion, and ultimately, they need to ensure that the values of the organization are embraced by everyone and those beliefs become a daily activity.
Yeah, that was what was being the video talks about the importance of value-based leadership. Uh, can quickly one of you raise your hand to share what values have been given importance in the video you have seen? Somebody to raise hand so that we can unmute you and you can share what values were being talked about for a successful leader.
You need to raise your virtual hand. I cannot see your physical hand, sorry.
One or two, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, somebody?
The question is, if you have watched the video, what are the values that are highlighted there? Yeah, Plan Gururaj.
I think it is the sense of ownership.
Sense of ownership. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something more? That was one of the value which was highlighted.
Dr. Saroj?
Yes, sir. I think it represents what the organization stands for and what behavior expect from its members.
Absolutely, organizational value, alignment with organization value. Correct? Yes.
Is there anyone else?
Fine. Not taking much of your time. Let me quickly say these. The entire video was trying to talk about alignment with organizational values, the fostering unity, the coherence with the service, the diversity, and all this embodying all these organizational values it was talking about. Then it was talking about the ethical decision making at the time of requirement, how safeguarding both the interest of the partners in that. How do you take the ethical decision making is important, how you try to inspire the fellow participants or the fellow lions or the fellow workers or the and motivate them to achieve your organizational goals, and how effective and collaborative you were in achieving or communicating what you wanted, and how excellent you are going to create an impact which is value based leadership creation be happening, maximizing the organizational impact, contributing to the meaningful and sustainable change what you look for. And at the same time, this will help in as lions, when you go about with this value based leadership, it will help in membership engagement, membership retention, and adaptability to the different situations as lions we go about, and the continuous improvement and growth of the organization. I believe this is an important value based leadership we look at when we talk about prioritizing and developing leaders as in the training, creating a positive impact in the world. It is full of mission of serving communities, and when we go ahead creating this, it is about creating a value for your leadership, and you inspire the people when you create a value with your leadership. So going ahead, in the first objective, I was trying to talk about what the values are, what are the organization values, what are the key values I take from my lines organization, and how important is for us to create a value based leadership, because it is going to impact our going. And the next session objective would talk about integrating the values we have understood till now into our learning objectives as a trainer. Is that simple, that I have understood the values of the organization and I just go ahead, or how I integrate these into my learning objectives as a trainer? This is the next challenge I try to address, and under this I try to address this under three different topics: that why values matter to the training, do I need values in my training programs, then if it is required, how will I align these with the objectives in my training program, and the next one is how will I decide which value at what place do I use in my training program. I try to address these in my second objective, where I start with why values matter in training program. Can quickly somebody chat with me saying, do we need values in the training programs and why do we need? We need training programs. Okay. A reflection of a person or a group, inclusiveness, compassionate, share the responsibility. A leader has to walk to talk, setting an example. Please read it as walk. Okay, fine. Absolutely. We need values in our training program. It is just values play a crucial role in our training programs because they serve as a guiding principles that shape the behavior, the decision, the actions of the leaders which are evolved after the training program. Here's why it matters in training programs that specifically tailored, that you need to understand how is it important, and for that, the first is aligning with the mission and the purpose. Our training program has to align. The values serve as a foundation upon which the mission is built. The training programs that reinforce these values ensure that the leaders remain committed to the lions over the period of time, and they continue the humanitarian service. So it is important that we align our training programs with our value system, and align with the organization values, the mission and the purpose. The next is ethical decision making or the ethical leadership. Lions International places a strong emphasis on ethical conduct and integrity. Value based training program instill ethical leadership principles such as honesty, fairness and accountability, which are essential for upholding the organization reputation and credibility. We try to give n number of examples, we were about how a leader is being, how a decision is being taken at times, when there is it is about say there is a flood, and the leader, the district governor immediately takes a call on that, how he is going to help the area which is flood affected, how is he going to take this forward and communicate to the international. All is about the ethical leadership he carries with him. And the cultural cohesion is the next one, where Lions Club are operated in diverse cultures around the world. We say that it is a 360 degrees globe where we are to. So values provide a common framework that unites members. Today we are here 129 people. It is not they are just not coming from one place, one city, one state. It is from the entire Isami. We have the participants, and this is what the cultural cohesion we create, where we have different backgrounds, different geographies, all coming together and belonging and unity with the Lions values. And the next one, which values matter in the training program, is the decision making and the guidance. Training programs that highlights Lions core values will help people stay back with the organization. They have the organization love. They have they are inclined to be a part of it for a longer journey and contribute to the well-being of the society. And in this, you have creating an organizational culture. Today I have so many friends across the globe is because of this wonderful organization. We create training programs just not for me. It is not, today I am getting benefited not by giving the, not by just being a faculty here, but in the entire process I am learning. And this is the organization culture where each one supports. I had the support of nagaRAJU sir to give me my thoughts a direction in this process. You are building a culture where the critical role is transmitting and reinforcing the values in the incoming leaders. You ensure that continuity of your thought, your programs, your service ideas is taken. And this is all possible because of the culture, organization culture we carry, and we have member engagement and retention possible when we have satisfied people who believes in the value system, who understands our value system, and we have a brand reputation created. We respect and trust our humanitarian organization. We closely integrate, get tied with the values it carries. We feel happy when we people talk about the brand, the values the organization has created, the service legacy it is being shown. We feel as stakeholders very happy about this organization, and we have an inspiring leadership. Today, when you have Pankaj sir talking about the 4 steps, you immediately my thought process was going how, okay, this was one thing I had to do, I was doing, okay, my point was like this getting. So we take inspiration from our leaders, where when you talk about projects, when PID Krishna Reddy garu was talking about communication, I kept for myself saying that, okay, this would be my one takeaway when I am up in the ladder for the as a leader, I should see that communication reaches everyone. So you have a inspiring leadership, which the values create, and you take away from this wonderful thing. And enhance member engagement, uphold the organization reputation and mission by embedding the values in training programs. International ensures that leaders are equipped with to lead with integrity, compassion, and commitment to the service. And this is why values matter in training. When I am here because I have that values getting from my training. I've been so well motivated. I feel that I'm a part of this. When I don't feel that I'm a part of this organization, when I feel that I'm only paying member, and I don't belong to this group, then I might continuing in this organization might be a big one, a big task, or might not be possible. So this values in training inspires the participants to understand what Lions is all about, and how we carry the legacy even after 100 years. The next question I try to align is how these values I'm going to align with the learning objective. What are the things I need to take care when I'm trying to say that I'm going to put these values into my learning objectives as a trainer? And the first one I would talk about is comprehensive understanding of the Lions international values. How much do I understand my core values of the Lions International, including the fellowship, integrity, the diversity, and service? How much do I understand these values? How much they guide me, and how much I do adore to this? This is the first point which will help me to align with my preparation in the objectives. And the second one is identifying the specific learning objectives aligned with the values. When we today we were talking about the code of ethics. This is one which things which will drive us to integrate different situations in our training programs. Say suppose we want to develop a leader ability to make that ethical decisions. We talk about the consistency of the code of ethics. For fostering a culture of inclusiveness and respect, we have a code of ethics we are there, where we equip about communication skill of effective promoting Lions and all. We have a code of ethics. When we talk about integrity, we have a code of ethics addressing. These all are things where you try to take them, align them when we are having designing our training programs, to see that these values are also incorporated in our training module or the training objective, as and when we go ahead in giving the training. And the next one is, it is just not about understanding or identifying, it is all about designing a tailored training material. Many of us are a part of this Global Lions Forum on Facebook. Most of us are there on the Facebook, that is the Global Lions Forum, where you have many people asking different questions. And for the same question, you get n number of answers, n number of views, n number of thought process. This is all going to tailor your understanding when you are trying to take that into your classroom, where you try to case studies related to it, or a role play related to it. When I talk about how brotherhood or the fellowship we carry, I try to talk about how I was welcomed even before I was a club officer in Malaysia, past district governor of Malaysia, Kamal Nathan sir, coming all the way to receive me only through a mail, which I put looking at the website saying that I'm a lion coming from Hyderabad. That is a wonderful way that we carry this. When I talk about the value system, the lions as a brotherhood, the fellowship, this is an example which will motivate all other lions. So how I integrate about my experiences, how I integrate about my personalized role plays into this particular situation also helps us to align with the values we create. And the communication workshop focusing on delivering the message that reflect on the commitment. And you talk about so many examples that they have achieved. Sir was talking about the wonderful uh, uh, 10,000 members getting into lionistic fold in PID sir's PID Krishna Reddy Garu's speech. It is just not simple. And the way they used to travel, even before I joined Lionism, what happened, I come to understand from all these stories or this happening when we talk about with all our seniors. And we try to facilitate value based reflections and discussion. We try to talk about what would have happened like this, why did this happen, why is multiple when I joined the Andhra and Telangana was together, why did it bifurcate, what was the reason, what is the benefit I'm getting. When I talk to my seniors, the knowledge I get from that is all helping me to integrate them into my training process, which is a big one for me. And the next one I talk about aligning is about integrate service and community engagement opportunities. We have n number of opportunities. I share one beautiful thing here. When we were going ahead with the digital transformation, the Beam app, it was very difficult for all the vendors in the market yards to understand this digital app, and to take um, adapt to this app. Then it was I took my Leo's help. I was a Leo chairperson that time, so I took Leo's help. I had had a session with the Leos where we taught the Leos about how this app has to be downloaded, how it has to all that, how it has to be linked with the bank and all. And these Leos went on every Sunday to different marketplaces, sat with each of the vendors there, and made them download the app, tie that with the bank and show them how this helps them and what are the benefits, how secure their money is. And this is how we integrate the service and the community engagement according to the opportunity available. And this is how we align when say that you are looking at a project, you try to promote mentorship and peer learning. And that is what is happening in through this SkillUP program, where we have mentors helping us, we have peers helping us, and all together we are learning from every topic covered here, every speaker who comes here. And this is how we are aligning about the objective, the promote mentorship and peer learning in our uh, design. And it is important that you evaluate the learning outcomes. And that is how beautifully our Lions International is structured. After every training program, you have an evaluation done. Sir was mentioning about Dr. Saroj. After the entire session, she would give a brief about what happened in the session. I think that is a way you take it. It is evaluation where you understand what happened. It is again, you try to recollect what happened. Both the things happening, learning outcome happens and evaluation of the program happens. And thank you, Saroj, Dr. Saroj, for the wonderful way you have taken to make these programs more realistic about you have a memory to be created with this. I know. Then you provide support for ongoing support resource. You have my LCA courses and all. It is the same way we also create the support system in our training for the continuous growth encouragement as we train and align these objectives with us. The next one is, how do you decide what values to incorporate into the leadership training? Is it just important that I understand that I have to incorporate the values, or which value has to be incorporated? All this is, these are the 8 important uh, tips or 8 important heads which will help me to understand which value or what value I have to take into my leadership program as I prepare my training module. The first one is Lions international values. Say suppose incorporating service project. When I'm talking about service project, I would talk about Lions core values. I would talk about vision screening. I would talk about community support. I would talk about local food banks. I would talk about environmental cleaning activities. When it comes to the second one, the how leadership framework, I talk about the different stages of the leadership. What is the role of each leader, at each, what is the responsibility of each of the line at that club officer level, or at the zone level, or at the region level, and how wonderful activity previous leaders at that particular when they were at that particular role, they had done it, so that the others get inspired out of it. And the next one is input from lion leaders and experiences. This is what I was talking about. Even before what happened, before we join Lionism, we can only come to know when we talk about them, about with our seniors, their experiences, how Lionism was there. And we commonly hear it was very beautiful, it was something different and all. And when you sit with them, and these things you can always put into your leadership training whenever it is required. And you have the next one coming as a service oriented leadership. So, what is service oriented leadership? How do you say? For example, you are simulating a real world service project during training session, then where participants work together to plan and execute a community service initiative. uh, this hands-on experience allows the line leaders to develop skills, the project management, as a team they work, and they get come closer. And that is what we have in our ALLI also. You are given a group task, you prepare even before you go to the ALLI program. You go there and you say, talk about a project, how you are going to put into the, make it realistic. And this is where you're going to integrate into service oriented leadership. And in the entire grouping or the teamwork, you one of the lion or the one of the participant evolves as a leader to take a lead, see that the program or the project is fruitful. And the next one important thing we talk about is the global perspective of this value. It is important, as you go about, it is not we feel that we are important, how the entire world perceives us. You invite different field, speakers from different peers, fields at different occasions, different platforms, so that they get motivated. And one such thing I would share is, the last time in our one of our region meet, we had one police personnel coming into as a chief guest. And while he was talking about enrollment as voters, which we miss. And he has put a word said, as Lions, can you take up this initiative that all 18 plus are enrolled and they understand the importance of vote. I know. And this year, my governor, when he was trying to put into the different district chairpersons, he has given one district chairperson role for voter enrollment. So this is how we global perspective we look into when people come from different walks of life and talk to us, and we go ahead. And definitely not to forget the Lions Code of Ethics, which drives us in achieving all our values incorporated into the training needs, where conflict resolution, the transparency of financial management, the maintaining of confidentiality, the confidence in the club affairs, the administrative account, the service account, the role plays, exercise, everything is all comes from the Lions Code of Ethics we carry on. The next important thing we look into is the Lions programs and initiative. We have different programs providing training materials, resources on Lions Clubs International, the flagship programs like the Site First, Vision Care, the Lions Quest for the youth development, the Lions environmental photo shoot, where most of us have participated, the LCI, I have contributed photo shoots, the entire environmental sustainability photo shoot, the peace poster contest, the essay writing contest, all helps us to create a value incorporated, where you try to talk about this is how it happened, this participation made this, and the experience from that is incorporated in trainings. People get more and more inspired to be a part of this wonderful initiative, because these are only platforms where people can understand the bigger picture of Lions. Because in regular we only talk about service, but only during the training programs we have an opportunity to create an expertise in volunteer leadership, where you create a bigger picture, making every corner, every part of the wonderful Lions organization understand to the participant. And once anybody start understanding, goes deeper into with love into this organization, and we have 100% sure that none of us would love to leave this organization.
Lakshmi,
And
sorry for interrupting.
yes,
We promised to close at 10:15. It's already 10:15. So
5 more minutes, sir.
I request everybody to please allow me to extend the program by 5 to 10 minutes.
So, and going ahead, it is just not about the objective of understanding the values or incorporating these values into our training, but as a trainer, what is my role? This all comes with how appropriate I am in selecting the content. Is it relevant? How relevant is my content to the particular topic? What, and how am I modeling my behavior? How am I talking to the participants? How am I at the institute? At what time I come? How I talk? How I carry myself? All this modeling of the behavior, exhibiting empathy, compassion. When I talk to them, how much am I welcoming their comments? How much am I allowing them to participate, share their value, their thoughts? And how much do I facilitate the discussion? It is about the positive environment I create while creating a discussion. I know wherever there might sometimes, it is a challenge that somebody goes out of the track. How confidently I bring them, seeing that none of the other participants get distracted or disturbed or hurt. How am I facilitating the discussion process? And how much careful I am while giving my feedback. It is how constructive is my feedback. We always believe that a positive feedback is important. You ignore about the negatives, try to build on the positive things what happened in the entire training program, which will build their morale to participate more. So this is another important thing. As a role, as a trainer, I need to take care. And how safe learning environment do I create? Are all the participants happy? Or are the participants able to join or able to share their thoughts? Are they having any hiccups or blocks in participation? This is important. As a trainer, this is the value where I create, creating a safe learning environment where everybody feels belonging to this organization, belongs to this particular training session. And in this training process, how integrating values throughout the training process, how much infusion of lines I take during my ice breaking sessions, during my training sessions, during the case studies, during the role plays, during giving examples at different situations, how I carry these values, how I model these values, how I present in my voice, how I take it forward is all important. And after that, it is about the follow up and the reinforcement I create with a value based leadership, values and leadership. And definitely evaluation, the feedback of every session, it helps us to understand as a role, as a trainer. Because analyzing the training attendance records, the participation, engagement levels will help us to identify whether we were successful in achieving our objectives. These examples illustrate how a trainer can effectively incorporate value-based leadership training and create a safe learning environment, integrating values and training process. So with this, I feel that the objectives of understanding the values, why and how to incorporate the values in the training, and as a trainer, what role I play in making this value based leadership training achieved. Let me quickly go with a small video before I close.
Mom,
Hmm.
how much is my life worth?
Well, that's a big question. Hold that thought. Take this stone and find out how much it's worth. And when you're done, return home. I'll enter that special question for you.
Mom!
TJ, what did you discover?
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me how much this is worth?
I don't know, little man. I'll give you a banana for it.
Excuse me, sir. How much would the museum pay for this stone?
I love your enthusiasm, kid, but we don't need one of these in our collection now. Thank you, though.
This gem you have here is the most perfect gem I've ever seen. I can't imagine its value. To me, it appears priceless.
How much is it actually worth? And what does it have to do with the value of my life?
People will value you based on their point of view, their level of information, and their belief in you. But that doesn't change the fact that you are priceless. Remember, surround yourself with people who value you, just like the jeweler valued that gem, with love, care, and affection. Because, baby, you are truly priceless.
Yes, friends, as trainers, let us remember that leadership is just not about what we teach, but how we inspire others to embody the values we hold. We are all priceless when we are able to meet the expectations of our organization. And a lot on our shoulders, let us ignite the spirit of service and compassion in every Lions leader we empower through our trainings. Let us believe that creating value-based leadership training is our motto, because that is the way we take our organization forward. And thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. It was a learning process what I went through. Thank you.
Quite impressive, quite detailed, quite meaningful, and also very, very useful. This is some kind of an untrodden path. Not many people have made presentations on this topic, or maybe this is the first time perhaps that we are including this topic in Alliance series of presentations. Sorry, we don't have time for questions because we've already exceeded the promised time. The next presentation is going to be made by Deepak Trivedi ji on memory skills. This is going to be on the 11th of April. I invite Deepak Trivedi to please propose a vote of thanks and also invite us to the next meeting.
Good evening, friends. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
please
sir.
go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I thank all the participants for attending this meeting and making it a great success. Today, we have with us a very distinguished guest, ID endorsee Pankaj Bhai. I know Pankaj ji for many years, and whenever I meet him, he's always smiling with a lot of new ideas, enthusiasm, zeal. When you meet some people, you feel rejuvenated, and he is the kind of the person whom, when we meet, we get rejuvenated. Pankaj Bhai, thank you very much for joining today and giving us such invaluable tips, because it will come handy for me in fine-tuning my presentation, which is next 11th April. I really thank Dr. Lakshmi ji for giving so much valuable information on value-based leadership, because value-based leadership is the crux of all types of leadership. And today we learned a lot of things on value-based leadership. Thank you, Lakshmi ji, for giving such a wonderful presentation. And I would like to thank all my friends who gave this code of ethics. Vijaya Lakshmi ji, Amarnath ji, Nagesh ji, and V Lakshmi ji. And at this juncture, I would take the opportunity to thank nagaRAJU ji, because he has been after all these efforts, and he is giving wonderful platform to all LCIPs and giving them opportunity to hone their skills. And along with that, FDIs and all other lions are invited. So it's a wonderful initiative taken by nagaRAJU ji. Thank you, nagaRAJU ji, very much for such a wonderful platform. And before I conclude, and once again, thank all the attendees. Without their presence and their interaction, this would not have been successful. Let me invite you, my warm invitation to all of you to attend the 19th session on 11th April, wherein I am going to do the presentation on a wonderful faculty of all the faculties in every human being, and that is memory. And my topic is memory skills. So please attend on 11th April and motivate me. It will be a wonderful subject to brainstorm on, to interact on, because memory is something which is the crux of our life. Without memory, there is nothing. So once again, I thank you all for attending this session, and looking forward to meet you all on 11th April, 9 p.m. Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you, everybody. And this session is over now, but I'll keep this Zoom meeting open for a few more minutes so that informally we can greet each other. The meeting is over.
nagaRAJU.